This week on the zone, we're in southwest Arizona, hunting big mule deer bucks right in the middle of the desert.
.374, broadside.
Okay, I got him.
Dave, he's coming at us.
Okay, let me range him. He's 150.
I'm on him, he's coming right at us, Dave.
Shoot him.
I mean, look at that. That's ridiculous.
That is exciting. Whew, that's what it's all about.
This should be illegal. It's so much fun. Woo. When we pulled in down here by Gila Bend, Arizona, it blew my mind. Just thousands and thousands of acres, and they had everything from alfalfa to cotton to olive tree groves. So these guys are producing lots of crops. There's huge dairies in the area, and it's a big draw for the wildlife.
The mule deer you'll find on our property are not the typical Sonoran desert mule deer. They're well fed, have a high protein diet, carry a pretty good mass to their racks. Usually you wouldn't be surprised to shoot a buck that would be about 250, 300 pounds, whereas you get far out in the desert, you'd be lucky to get a buck that would be about 150 pounds.
When everyone thinks of Arizona hunting, they think of big elk and big mule deer. But they also think about how hard it is to draw a tag.
Tim, I'm getting sick and tired of seeing all your favorite secret hunting spots only after your footage comes in. I mean, come on, leave it to you to find desert mule deer over an alfalfa field.
I'd like to be able to take credit for that, but I can't. My good buddy Mark Young over with Adam Clement Safari Trackers had some guys go on this hunt last year. They had a great experience. He called me up and said we had to go try this. We put in for the tags, drew them, and out to Arizona we went. But Mark got there a couple days before I did. He met up with our outfitter Ben Boone, so he was up to bat first.
We set up along the alfalfa fields in the mornings to catch them before they go back to the desert, and in the evening we'll set up along the edges to catch them as they come out to eat in the alfalfa fields.
There's a bunch of deer out there now.
Yeah.
There's not quite.
He's way outside his years.
He's a shooter.
Is it? Oh, I see the forks now.
He's easily 170s. He might have a kicker on his G2 on his right side.
Just as it was getting dark, a big buck came out in the field. I couldn't see it very well, and it was at last light. So my anticipation of what we were going to be able to do on this hunt went up considerable.
He's the one on the left.
You sure that's one we want to shoot at?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, one on the left.
How far?
374, broadside.
Okay, I got him. Okay, I'm going to take him.
He's down. He never got back up. He's laying out there. His horns are gone, so he's down inside the heel. Damn, dude, good shot.
Thank you. I never get really overconfident until I get up there and I get my hex with him, get my hands on the stuff. I still don't even see it.
What the heck is it?
I don't know much about it. Look at that pig. That's not the first thing that people usually look at. That's a great deer.
Dual eye guards.
That's a great deer. Look at that deer. These, you know, this, you come by a sign that says Sonoran Desert. They're not supposed to be this big.
No, they get huge out here.
We came down the edge of this big alfalfa field, and sure enough, there were 5 deer there, 2 big mature bucks. This one being the largest of the 2, and it was 375, which is 375 yards, which is a long poke for me. I'm not a long-range rifle shooter. 200 yards to me is a good shot. I can't get over the body size of the deer. Really, it's just not supposed to be that big down here, you know.
They get big here. They got good feed.
The Zone is brought to you by Brownells, the world's largest supplier of firearm accessories and gunsmithing tools. Thompson Center, Nikon, Blackhorn 209, DLC Covert Trail Cameras, Under Armour, Lethal Human Scent Elimination, and Bill Jordan's Realtree, family, friends, and the outdoors. This portion of The Zone is brought to you by Gobble and Grunt Outfitters.
To give credit to Grand Canyon State Outfitters.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Wow, what a great desert mule deer Mark took.
Yeah, that was an incredible buck. And he took that deer right as I hit the ground in Phoenix. And that opened up the entire 50,000 acres for me to hunt alone.
Yeah, except that I heard that right after you hit the ground, so did your gun.
Yeah, it did.
You are inch high, right 2. 1 inch high, half inch left. High 3, right, left 1.
Are you serious?
One inch high, 1.5 inches right.
That worries me.
Dead center
Of the whole freaking target?
of the whole freaking target.
Yeah, something ain't right.
When I got off the plane today, a guy came up to me and said, whatever's in that case, make sure you check it well, because I saw somebody chuck it off the plane. And he said, it's gotta be beat up. And it certainly was, because this gun was touching holes when I left home, and it's taken us a box of shells to get her back, but we're ready to go now, and we got about an hour before we need to get in the field, so we're gonna roll. So from the time that I drew my tag, I had a lot of contact with Ben. And as an outfitter, his communication was fantastic. He would keep me apprised on what was going on the farm, and whenever he would get good trail cam photos, he'd email them to me. I think when you get an outfitter that will communicate with you a lot, it makes the whole experience a whole lot better.
Prior to the hunting season, we use a lot of trail cameras, spend lots of hours on high vantage points glassing to find what we think is going to be the best deer for you to approach when you come out to hunt with us.
Hey, it's our first afternoon here in Arizona. Arizona. We're getting ready to head out to a blind out in the alfalfa. So I'm gonna activate my lethal scent spray here. Stuff's pretty cool. You get a pack of activator with it. You put it in, and that way it doesn't matter about shelf life. It's good for 90 days. If you got some for next year or whatever, you don't have to worry about it breaking down. You know you always got some fresh product. I'm just gonna pour this in, spray down, go grab my thermocell because I can't believe it. We're actually in the desert and there's all kinds of mosquitoes out here. I don't know if you can see that out there, but there are so many mosquitoes out here in the middle of the desert. I'm gonna have a hard time seeing through my scope and finding a deer. I had no idea it would be like that. But 2 minutes with a thermocell on, and this blind is mosquito free, and I thought for a second I was gonna need a blood transfusion. Always take it with you. I don't care where you're going, Alaska to the desert, gotta have your thermocell with you. It's a lifesaver. When he's coming out in the field.
Okay, he's 150, 120.
I got you. I can see him coming over that bush.
You ready? You ready? Shoot.
When he stops, I'm gonna shoot him. Again, it was just really hot, and we didn't see anything but a whole bunch of mosquitoes. That's something that I really wasn't expecting, was to come to the desert and get overrun by mosquitoes, but we had the thermocell and that kind of cured our problem. But you know, because the temperatures were hot and the deer weren't moving a lot during the day, we had a lot of idle time on our hands. But one of the neat things about being down here, where there were other things to do.
Here at Grand Canyon State Offers, we offer many hunts from mule deer. Predators include bobcats, coyotes. We also offer javelina hunts. You'll have an outstanding chance to get within 40, 50 yards of a javelina with your bow.
There was some duck hunting available. We went out and hunted gambels, quail quite a bit.
Nice, gorgeous little thing, huh?
There were a lot of things to do to occupy your time. We got out a trap thrower, shot some sporting clay, so we had a lot of fun in our time off from the mule deer.
This year we had a large amount of sorghum grown, and the grain did not mature as planned, which is about to put us 2 or 3 weeks behind schedule as far as harvesting. We have a lot of deer hanging out in the heavy cover of the sorghum.
That stuff's like 8 feet high, and the deer were just bedding out in it, eating in it. They didn't have to come out. It was a jungle in there. They felt completely safe. They had food. There was no reason to really show themselves. But we got pretty lucky later in the hunt, and they started harvesting a little bit of that sorghum.
The chopper will push the animals, whether they're coyotes, deer, javelina, they'll push them out of the field, and we can just sit right there and they can approach on them.
This portion of the zone is brought to you by Massey Ferguson. Come on, Tim. As if irrigated alfalfa wasn't enough, you had to put the combine on your side too?
Hey, when it's November, it's 95 degrees, you got to do whatever you can do, and we pulled out all the stops.
You pulled out all the stops, all right.
When he's coming out in the field.
Okay, he's 150, 120.
I got you. I can see him coming over that bush.
You ready? You ready? Shoot.
When he stops, I'm gonna shoot him.
Closed captioning provided by Bog Pod, the sticks with the red grips.
This is sorghum. In Arizona, it's all irrigated and they're harvesting, and there's a big buck in this thick sorghum. And they've got 2 patches that they're actually harvesting right now, and that buck's in one of the 2 patches. So eventually he's gonna have to come out somewhere, and we're trying to figure out how to make a setup on him. The problem is we got a 50-yard strip in the middle and we don't know which side he's on. So, if I set up over here, they're liable to cut over there and him come out that way. So it's just kind of flipping a coin, and we're really not sure, but he's supposed to be a good buck. Dave, don't you think that they've got more on this side to cut than the other side, so he should come out over here?
The way they're cutting, he's definitely gonna most likely come out the left side, so we should probably push up just a little bit. Yeah, he's looking for that deer.
Oh, okay, he's pointing our way. See him up there?
He can see down into that.
I see his rack, he's bouncing out in there.
Is he going?
He's going away. Come on, let's get over here. Dave, he's coming at us.
Okay, let me range him. He's 150.
All right, I got a bush in front of him. You tell me when he's coming out the field.
Okay, he's 150. 120.
I got you. I can see him coming over that bush.
He's 80. You ready? Shoot.
When he stops, I'm gonna shoot him.
Shoot him. Woo! Good shot.
That sucker's in velvet.
Good shot. Good
Yes!
shot. Good shot. Woo! Oh my God. That was awesome.
That was beautiful.
You got a big buck.
How about that,
You
man?
got a big
That was
buck.
awesome.
Oh my
Let's
gosh.
go see this sucker.
You got
I
a big
kept
buck.
saying, is he ever gonna stop?
You got a big
That
buck.
was awesome.
Oh my gosh, you got a big buck.
In velvet.
Gee, money. Oh my
That is a
gosh,
toad.
dude. You shot a big, big.
Look at this dude.
You shot an absolute toad.
Look at that. Just coming out of, oh, I'm rubbing his velvet off right
Yep,
now.
He's just coming out
Big
of velvet.
cheater. He's got blood coming off his horns where he's rubbing right now. Great forks all the way around. Brow tines. I hate to lose all that velvet, but I guess it's a foregone thing, man.
Yep.
That is a beautiful, beautiful desert mule deer. I mean, the day he's coming out of velvet, look at that. And here comes Mark up with us. Look at that dude.
That's a big boy.
I could see the deer bouncing out there, maybe 300 yards, and I was like, he's going away, and then we started walking this way. I was like, no, he's coming to us. So we sat down, and he stepped out behind this brush, and then just started bouncing right at us.
I've never seen this buck. Look at the size of that thing.
He charged us from 300 yards, ran straight at us.
Wow. Congratulations.
Thanks, man. He's beautiful. That right there is an Arizona mule deer.
Yes, sir. Congratulations.
I drew this tag, put in like everybody puts in, 0 points, and drew this the first year I tried. And look at that. I mean, there's agriculture down here in the desert. Look at that. These deer got good stuff to eat. You guys only take a few a year and don't hammer them. And this is the result. I tell you, it's November 1st, and this deer was gonna shed his velvet today. Look at that. Mark killed that big buck yesterday morning and it was slicked off. But this guy was gonna shed it today because he just started peeling, and every time I pick him up, that velvet's coming off in my hands. But man, look at that thing. He is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I appreciate you guys out here at Grand Canyon State Outfitters and Mark Young with Adam Clemens set me up on this. I've known Mark for a while, and he called me. He's like, I got this really cool hunt in the desert. You guys need to come and do it. And we hooked up and finally got to share camp together, and both of us have killed really good bucks. Appreciate it, man. Let's load her up and get going.
Congratulations,
Thanks.
kid.
And we all knew that was a great buck that I'd taken. And I'm not a record book guy, but we got out a tape and we all were real curious and wanted to know what he scored. And I was bad wrong, but I was wrong in a good way. Buck ended up being 190 5/8, by far my best mule deer ever. If you're looking for a sure enough big mule deer buck, this place has sure got it.
Tim, I take back everything I said. I'll take the irrigated alfalfa, the combine if I need it. Just tell me how to get the tag.
You know, James, in Arizona, a lot of those premium muley units, it takes about 20 points to be able to draw a tag. This one, I had 0 points my first year, and that's the norm.
Wow, 1 year you drew that tag in your first. Sign me up.
The Zone is brought to you by Firefly, Hunt the Wind, Gobble and Grunt Outfitters, Brownells, OutfittersRating.com, Rax Mineral, and the Magnum Hunt Club. Your adventure is our business.